Why is it time for women to wake up?
Women is gonna get harder because men now, and this is tons of conversations I heard in like, oh, what do you bring to the table? What is it that you do with your life? Oh, you wanna come and be dependent on me? I ain't providing for you.
Men are tired. And men have said, no, we don't have to accept this behavior anymore.
My problem with Red Pill is, again, the same labeling that you're referring to. You're all just labeling and you're complaining because actually when I step to these spaces, I don't feel comfortable because these people attacking me because of the fact that I'm a woman.
My name is Chyna, I'm the man and voice, and welcome back. And it is 2024, the year of reckoning for modern women.
Well, this is a topic that I really don't want to get into with Chyna, but that is why I brought myself some support. We have got our lovely guest who's
Raquel, hi.
She's Raquel. And then we've got another one that I'm probably guessing is going to be on his side. What is your name, sir?
Chinx.
And Chinx. So we've got Raquel and Chinx to help us guide this conversation in a way that it doesn't end up in, too much friction.
So when we say 2024, the year of reckoning for modern women, what is it that what we mean? So why is it time for women to wake up?
I think that nowadays we kind of need to differentiate between the modern woman and then an evolved woman. The evolved woman kind of still maintains some of like the old school things because, she got new skills but still maintains the old. And then you've got the modern women, which I would say is going to be like these ones.
I don't think this should be titled as modern women either.
No, that's true because then there's different categories. Like she's not necessarily a modern woman. Not in the same way that I am. Basically, do you get what I mean?
Let's get off the modern women, but let's just focus on Chinx. Why is it time for women to wake up in your mind in 2024? What's the problem you see with women?
It's not necessarily I say a problem I see with women. It's the problem of the effects of the modern woman on our culture and society. For example, like single parent homes are at the highest it's ever been. Certain crimes are on the highest. It's
society. It's messy.
Yeah, it's just messy. You can see where the man's been devalued and the man's words not appreciative, and how I don't lack of a better word, the government and stuff reward certain women for not having a man in the house and
speak about it.
Like you get more benefits if there's no man at home. Do you know what I mean?
Single
Do you think
parents.
women are incentivized to kick out the man at the home for benefits?
That's a word you could use, and even with marriage as well, they incentivize to get divorced. They get half of everything. They get free what they want. But I all forgot the question. I got lost there. I was about to get.
Why is it time for women to wake up?
What's your experiences like with women these days when you walk out in the street and wait, have you got a girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Okay. How do women move to you on the streets? Because I know that men that have girlfriends usually get moved to a little bit more because your value has gone up. Do girls move nuts, basically?
I don't really go much places though, to be honest. Weirdly, I kind of I don't really like people. I keep myself to myself.
Okay, then I'll ask you another question. How does your girlfriend differ from what you perceive to be a modern woman? In terms of obviously the negative description of a modern woman. How does she differ? What is good about her that means that she's a woman worthy of being in a relationship with?
Oh, for me, she has traditional values, I'd say. Like she behaves certain ways. She I feel like she makes me feel like I have a voice and I'm valued. Do you know what I mean? Important. And I think that's quite important. And she's caring, she's considerate, she puts me first, and she gives me one thing that I appreciate a lot. She gives me room to fail.
Oh,
do you get what I mean?
like that.
And a lot of women, I don't need no man. I can do better by myself. I don't need you. They're a bit
no
cutthroat.
room to fail. I love that.
What I mean? So she gave me room to fail and grow, which in turn made me appreciate her a lot more.
Oh, I like that very much.
That's amazing.
Giving room to fail. Okay, how does she dress? You know why I'm asking, obviously. Because then I think that you kind of describing what you think is a good woman kind of will be a contrast to what we would say is the bad modern woman.
I can't say what's a good woman entirely. I can say what's good for me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So if you've got a woman and you've got that, and it's clear that not all women are like that, why is it time for the other women to wake up to get the same results that obviously to get a man?
There you go. Results.
Yeah.
It's what you want out of life, I suppose, isn't it? If you carry yourself a certain way, you can't be upset if people treat you that way.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, yeah.
No, that's true.
Raquel, I want to ask you the same question. Why is it time for women to wake up?
Because I feel like women are not respecting boundaries, and they're not following what they should expect from men in terms of how they're changing and how they are behaving. Then they want a certain type of man. Well, but you're being a whole different woman that you're supposed to be.
Can you like explain a little bit further on what you mean on that?
Be more show off, be more open-minded, to have multiple relationships, or this whole thing of friends with benefits, or just hooking up here and there, and the way that you dress and the way that you present yourself.
Yeah. Facts. I think that's really quite true. The way that fashion has gone these days is like,
or the way that you expect a man to be nowadays.
I think when I say 2024, the year of reckoning for modern women, I look at it, it's just like women have an unrealistic expectation on relationships in society.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They have an unrealistic expectation on the outcomes that they're gonna get, on their value, this thing of value, or even when we talk about what I bring to the table, even the whole thing, the name, men are trash, and all of this types of stuff. After women fear God, at some point, women are losing. Okay. And the reason why women are losing, because women are complaining. Men are not complaining. There's a difference. See, no, men aren't complaining.
Red pill is what?
No. Red pill is not complaining. It's quite the opposite. And so let me explain to you what red pill is.
Yeah, because
red pill is not about complaining. Okay, what's happened is women have, since the 90s and 80s, but definitely the 90s, the image, particularly of black men, has been perpetuated and pushed. Okay, there's been a specific image. Okay, and what red pill has done. Men have changed. A lot of men have changed. What Red Pill has done is told men that actually a lot of the things that society has told you, masculinity, told you, you want to have a traditional family, told you the values. No, these are right. A lot of these things are technically Christian values. If you want, it doesn't if you're Christian or not. But a lot of these values built the modern world. Okay, essentially, men are tired. And men have said, no, we don't have to accept this behavior anymore. And what's happened is they've created areas of spaces where they can go and speak, and camaraderie and a brotherhood. And what has happened is women don't like this, okay? You can go to any platform and find platforms where women are openly disrespecting men and openly talking down to men, openly, all the types of things, yeah? That's fine. That's cool. Women have had that. Talk shows. For the whole 90s, they've had talk shows. We've had to have the image of us down talking, okay, but cool, guess what? Things have changed slightly. Now, since the Red Pill, not even about Red Pill, just men have spaces where men can speak. Women are always finding their way in the spaces and telling us all the reasons why we can't speak and all the reasons why this is wrong. You don't find men in women's spaces doing that, and if you do, these are beta men, because we don't care what you women speak over there. We really don't, because we speak over here. So essentially, women need to understand, like, if you're a single mother, baby mama, okay? Society has lied to you and told you that when you step out here with a child, you are a prize. You're not a prize. It's a very huge disrespect to step out here with a child for another man. And if you do, you need to be doing a lot more than a woman without kids. But guess what? No, they want to act like that's me saying that. That's a problem. That's not a problem. That is something you should have known. That is what we mean the year of reckoning for modern women. Yeah. Okay, men are saying we're tired of this behavior. A lot of women essentially now are prescribing to just modern day prostitutes.
But can I say something just quickly off of that? So you mentioned something that I think is a key point, that from like the 90s, you said?
Yeah.
That's like 30 years ago, right? The problem that I think sometimes men are not clocking is that you guys have dealt with this revolution of feminism or whatever for 30 years and you're struggling. Think about how long women...
Men are not struggling.
No, okay, generally...
Men are not struggling.
Well, a bit, because men are speaking up a lot more now. They're complaining. Even though you're saying...
We're not complaining.
Wait.
Women are complaining that men are speaking up. There's a difference.
Even though the Red Pill movement, you're saying, is that men speaking up about, just doing their man-dem talk, whatever, it's still something that in a lot of ways is complained as well. It will be, and that's why you complain about that's why even modern woman is a term. And what I would say is, if you're complaining or if you're looking at a problem for 30 years, fine, let's forget the semantics. If you're talking about a period of 30 years for men where you see the change, the shift, think about how long women have endured centuries and centuries, probably like millennia, of this kind of this inferiority in society, that now those 30 years is simply women saying, do you know what, we've dealt with so much for so long, do you know, screw men, we don't want anything to do with them, men, yuck, yuck, yuck. Because you have to understand, there's an accumulation of trauma, as much as people hate this word, there is but there is an accumulation of trauma that has been passed down through just you being a woman.
From where?
From just life. This is the thing. And the reason
we
why
need something we can quantify.
Listen, and I'll explain to you why.
That's emotions. We need something we can quantify.
No, but it's not just emotions, because this is the thing. The same way that you can go somewhere and you say, oh, do you know what, racism is a thing, and you're like, yeah, but how do you know? You just know.
No,
you feel it.
No, racism
As
can
a
be
girl,
quantified.
Listen,
Someone can call you the N-word and we can quantify
Yes.
it. But you can't equate...
Okay, then I'll explain to you. Like, for example, somebody calls me stupid because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Somebody tells me you should... Huh?
That's silly.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The same way that everything that modern women are doing now is silly. But modern women, I would say, like, in terms of like the context of what we're talking about, all I'm saying is that after so much time of suffering, of mothers and grandmothers and whatever, suffering this under this system that didn't actually recognize the woman the way that it could do. I know it did in some ways, but it also didn't in a lot of ways. Of course, now women are even getting to a point where they almost don't even want men in the world.
Can I interject? Possibly?
Yeah, go on.
So you see how he said 30 years and men are speaking up?
Yeah.
And then you said it's complaining. You just said millennials and stuff. None of us described what you're saying as complaining. So can you see how you're being a bit hypocritical by when we're doing what you're doing, you regard it as complaining, but we don't do that to you?
No, okay. I'll explain to you why it is complaining and whether or not you want to use a different synonym. It's okay that you didn't say, but I'm not even just directly taking what you're saying. I'm talking about the things in general. And that's why I mentioned the Red Pill movement. The Red Pill movement is essentially men sitting around tables and calling women hoes, calling them... We kind of is.
No, it isn't.
Well, listen, I've been in that space for minutes, so have you. My experience of that space as a woman is different to yours. And from my experience, that's kind of what they're doing. Is man them bitching about girl them and bitching about simps and all calling themselves all calling themselves alphas. And so wait, I haven't landed yet. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that at this point, it may be the year where women should be paying attention to listen, but this should be the year where men also look at themselves in the mirror and say, God damn, it's true. Even though we don't want to go back to the old values that got women to act this way, we also have to pattern up so that we can solve the problem that we also caused to a large extent.
Okay, so I've let you speak. Okay, so I'm going to say something and I'll let you say something. So you are demonizing a whole section of men, YouTube and content creators and people that actually have something to say. You are literally, and the problem with this is very ignorant. Because I know all women are not the same. I may speak, I may generalize, but I will never do what you just did. And I will never say and you literally blanket said the Red Pill movement is a bunch of men that sit around tables and diss women. And it's just that whole nation. And it's not that. It really, because I told you what it was. I tried to articulate, explain to you why men are doing this and why men feel they need this, okay? And this is why women do not care about men's mental health. I want you guys to pay attention to this. I always say, do not listen to what they say, watch their actions, okay? The reason why women don't care about men's mental health is because men, we have now created spaces that we can speak in camaraderie and brotherly, okay? So they only care about your mental health on social media. In reality, they don't, because these are what men need. Men need places that they can go and speak, okay? Mm-hmm. And we don't need to be policed by women and being told that it's sassy, it's Dilo, it's gay. Oh, men are speaking, even men speaking on podcasts. This is the problem. Men, I want you to understand the reason why they do this is because they're trying to make it fair. They do not like the fact that we are holding them accountable. They hate the fact that we're holding them accountable. They hate the fact that we get together, we are not fighting, because men are quite different from women. When we get together, we can put ourselves in hierarchies. The men that can't is because they have something to prove. Women are not the same. Women never want to rate each other. If you ask a friend, women to rate their friend, they'll call each other a 10. Me and my friends, we're not going to say each other, we know our rates and this is what's going on. And women do not like this, so they continually see in spaces, they will label as an incel. An incel, involuntarily celibate. What that says is that you are celibate because you don't have a choice. Women do not check you. They will try to label men like me and Chinx incels because of the way we speak. But if you're trying to tell me, I can look at Chinx and see he's a tall, light-skinned guy, so I'm saying, I know he gets women. And it has nothing to do about how he looks, but I can tell he gets women and he can tell I get women. This is not about saying that I get bare gal. It's saying that women use words and terminology to try to demonize men. And it is wrong. And it is wrong. And this is why we're saying it's the year of reckoning. My bro, take it, please.
And yeah, I think it's a bit like we don't hate women. I love women. Like my biggest problems in life is because I love women so much. I can't choose one. Do you know what I mean? I've suffered infidelity in every relationship I've been in because I love women that much.
What, you cheat on every girl?
No, I have prior.
Okay.
But because I find it difficult
No.
to choose one. But it's my life. I'm proud of who I am. It's a mistake I've made. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's not that we hate women, and it's if we speak about it, it's because like so. Say you see like we're complaining, yeah. So say I have a woman. And I'm voicing my opinions on certain things to her, and she's not receiving it. And then me and my friends, we all experience the same thing, and we speak about it. So if you're saying we can't, if I'm speaking to my woman and it's redundant, it's not going nowhere, you're saying that it's feminine or complaining if I speak to my friends about it. So I understand it could be on a podcast and stuff like that, but this is just a conversation that we have...
in general,
we would have without a camera.
Yeah.
So if I can't speak to my partner and I can't speak to my males who, like, they sympathise with my plight, what else can I do? What do you suggest?
I would definitely say that I didn't specifically say all men, and I mentioned the red pill community. And the reason why I mentioned the red pill community is because my definition of red pill is almost like the counterpart of feminism, just on the male side, okay? I have my issues with feminism the same way I have my issues with red pill. And my problem with red pill is, again, the same labeling that you're referring to. Because you can call me masculine woman, you can tell me to shut up and go make a sandwich, you can tell me all of these sort of things. But actually, you're all just labeling and you're complaining. Because actually, when I step into these spaces, I don't feel comfortable because these people attacking me because of the fact that I'm a woman. People invalidating me because I'm a woman. People talking about women in the most degrading, disrespectful of ways, like they don't even have mothers. That's the only reason why I mentioned... No,
That's not masculine men who do that.
Exactly, but this happens a lot in these podcast spaces. If you watch me being in some of these spaces, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Well, you could say it's the podcasts that you go on and the places that you go on.
You know what you're
and the types of shows that you're on.
But those are red pill. Those are the prophets of red pill.
Okay. So whenever we speak on men's issues, technically you could find yourself in the red pill. Okay, so red pill and blue pill, it's taken from the Matrix, and essentially all it is it speaks on men waking up. So blue pill is for the guys that want to be the betas, what we call it, or the red pill for the guys that want to wake up. Okay, essentially that's what it is. So whenever men are speaking on issues, you cannot, because I wouldn't say I'm red pill, but I speak on red pill issues. Okay, so therefore, you're not in any danger from the content I put out. I put out lots of content, but men are always primarily going to be men in the family unit are always going to primarily be the focus, and that's what Red Pill is about. And essentially, it says, even when you speak about MGTOW, men going their own way. When I first heard about this, bro, I was
I never knew that.
Okay, so let me give you some education. This is the whole, and this is the
MGTOW,
thing. And this is Red Pill is a broad scale. MGTOW, men going their own way. Initially, when I first heard about this, it was like men going their own way. What? Men on a bunch of an island with no gal. I'm like, blood, you can never find. That sounds gay, bro. And I'm being honest, nothing wrong. Do your thing, but no, I can never be placed with no men, right? Sorry, no women. But that's the image they try to create. They try to say that men only want to do this because they're gay, they D-lo, they only do it because they're incels. But essentially what MGTOW says is, they says that, guys, if women aren't giving the respect that you want, if you're trying to get, then put your head down. So I'm saying to you, go work, go build, go study. So I'm saying to you, yeah? And then go build a brotherhood, a camaraderie of men, and what you guys do together, you keep building. And then when the time comes right, you come backside when you are the man that you're supposed to be, because there's no point. And then you come and you deal with women. That's what it is. But what they've tried to create but I'm trying to make people understand that Red Pill is about holding men accountable to be men. Masculinity, and we spoke about it earlier, masculinity is being a man provider, okay, being a father, being a protector, being a guider. So a lot of men, we talk about the lack of father figures within the home. Men, where are men going to learn this from? Hold on. If there's no fathers in the home, based upon the fact that women break up the home 70% of the time for any reason, and the fact that it's only 5% is DV, and the fact that cheating is 48-52, men are just slightly. If we look at that, because if we look at that, then you need people like me that have come from a good home, that come from a 2-parent home.
Yes.
Do you get me? That are putting this content out, that have seen the problem within the community, that is speaking out, and you're gonna say that the whole sector is a problem?
So I'll explain to you where the problem is, right? The problem is in the difference between the MGTOW, whatever you said that movement, and the Red Pill. Now,
it's all intertwined.
It kind of is, but once you separate it, you understand. The MGTOW, whatever, they are basically saying, men, you have to pattern yourselves first before you can go get a girl and before you can even solve the problem of having nonsense girls, right? Red Pill is you need to pattern up because girls are hoes and girls need to do this and need to do that. And the Red Pill movement is actually what combines much more with this topic than what you're saying. That's why I don't like the Red Pill movement, because it also...
So the whole movement is basically men is telling women... Is that what you're saying?
No, I think that the whole movement is too extreme for it to even be applicable in real life.
Wow.
I think so.
You know what you're doing?
Yeah, you're doing...
You know when like the news want to like make Islam look bad, and then they go grab a terrorist.
You're doing red pillophobia.
You know what I mean? You're doing like propaganda.
Yeah, red
Yeah.
pillophobia.
So I understand. I'm not discrediting what you're saying. Of course, that exists.
Yeah.
We're not supporters of that. But by you amplifying that, you're minimizing the good in the space.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand there's any good. You know about the Red Pill situation, no? Okay. So I'll explain something to you. If a man tells you that you need to shut the F up, B word.
That's not red pill.
No, but this is the thing, and this is why we need to stop trying to think about. But the definition, the application is wrong.
No.
What red pill represents is not a good thing. I do understand that
You're
the
a woman, you
sentiment.
can't say what red pill
well,
is.
that's for you, but
No,
I'm
well, we
talking. I'm
can.
talking as an example. There's two types of people in this world. There's the men and there's the woman.
Yeah.
If something works for you, fantastic. But it doesn't work for the 50% on the other side. If men were to do what you said in the other example, where it's like you go form a community, build yourselves up, and then come and get the right woman because you are the man you're supposed to be, you won't even have red pill. That won't even exist. That'll be absolutely
No, you're
redundant.
missing what I'm trying to say to you. And MGTOW, okay, so MGTOW is an extreme example of the fact that men started speaking through red pill and said, you know what we're going to do? F this. It's tiring. We don't want to deal with baby mamas no more. We don't want to deal with... No, this is what men say. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just go and build, okay?
Can I say something
wait, hold
quickly?
on a second.
Can we do 5 press ups
Wait,
every time he says
wait,
baby mother?
No, because... Like, there's this...
You and the baby
men
mothers,
have
I
built the
swear.
world. The modern world was built by men, okay?
Yeah.
The infrastructure. The modern... I hate having to keep doing this, okay? The modern world was built by men. Yes, we need women to... obviously to reproduce, but if we took away the women out of the world, the men would still be fine, okay? Yes, we would eventually die out, but we would not collapse, okay? So this whole thing that we keep speaking about, my whole thing is this. I'm trying to stop you demonizing a whole sector of people based upon your interaction with some extreme podcasters or hosts or whatever, right? Because within that sector, there's a whole education sector that you have not looked at. And I know that because you haven't looked at it, because if you did, you would not be demonizing the whole sector. I get you have dealt with an extreme version of it, okay? So we always have right wing, we have left, we have extremism on both sides, okay? What you have done is you've dealt with an extreme part of Red Pill where they like to bring women on, destroy them down, and do all these types of things, okay? Me, coming from, 2-parent home, parents married over 40 years, 3 sisters, brother, all married, when I'm in this space, that is not what I represent. That is not what I do. If we have a back and a forth discourse, we have a back and a forth, but I'm not there to bring women and dash them off. That's not what we're doing. So I'm just making you aware, as someone within that space, you're disregarding the whole. Because I would even say, Chinx, you speak in that space because the issues that you speak on. But if you say to me, was he red pill? No, I wouldn't say he wasn't. But definitely the issues that you speak on are within the space. So does that make him, and it becomes problematic when we have to be careful, especially as, where we come from. We cannot demonize a whole community of people based upon few people's actions. Is a very dangerous route you're taking, because if you look historically, even forget historically, right now, how did it destroy people by doing that? Do you understand? So I think it's, just me personally, I just think we've got to be a little bit more careful when we speak about whole communities based upon just a few individuals' actions.
Raquel, obviously, like me, you're a fellow Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
The way that we look at, gender roles within society is quite different. So what I want to ask you is, number one, from your experience growing up in a Roman Catholic country, how does the gender roles differ between, you know, there and here in terms of women, and also here for the time that you've been here and how you've seen things just evolve and develop. How has just the gender roles in general changed for man and for woman?
Oh, it's all because of society. Things have developed so much, and because we couldn't speak back in the days, and things weren't possible for women to do. Now women want to be able to act like men, or speak like men, or come up like men, and men men are becoming a bit more feminine, and women want to become a bit more masculine. That's what I see. Not in a bad way, and in a more like men want to be heard more. And I think like back in the days was very judged. If a man comes up with a mental health, he's weak. He's not a man, or that doesn't happen to men, or he's gay, or something is going on with him. And women is a bit more like women have to deal with a lot of stuff now that men don't own up to it no more in terms of relationships and responsibilities and commitments.
Yes.
So they have to be a bit more masculine. It doesn't mean that's what we want to be. I don't mind being masculine outside and stand up for myself, but I want to come home and have a partner where I can take that coat off and just be me. Just be that
just relax.
Yeah, relaxed and
not have to think.
And genuine person, and maybe that person, but then the man is gonna judge you by that, and it's gonna say, "Oh, you're too needy. Oh, you want too much attention." I'm saying in general, not specifically people, but nowadays men can complain about that. Or she wants too much cuddles, or she wants me to be too romantic, and I'm not.
Or I'm paying
that.
too much for her.
It's true. Yeah, so. Back in Portugal, we have a bit of a different way of seeing things. I don't say it doesn't happen there, but where how I've got brought up and how things happen is a bit more like that's what men are supposed to do. And the man, I believe a lot. I am still a firm believer that the man has to, the 3 Ps, I forgot what they are, but no, it's provide, protect, and another one. So, and I think the woman brings a lot to the table.
She say pipe. Wow. Pipe.
PG.
I knew the other one. Starts with P, ends with Ennis.
No.
But I think the woman can bring so many things if she really likes that man, and I think that they shouldn't mix the gender expectations from women and from men. I think we all have our roles in this world, and they're getting very mixed up.
Yes, they are. So I've got another question then to pose, I guess, to everybody. The fact that women now not just can, but almost have to work, do you think that is something that is going to continue to make this general shift? And then what does that mean for the future? Because women now have to be go-getters. Women are thinking about careers. They're thinking about money and growth in that aspect, which we didn't have to think about before.
I think have is a very strong word. Why do they have to?
Cost of living crisis, bro. If you're not married, what are you going to do? Live at your parents' house forever, not pay bills?
Before cost of living.
Even before cost of living,
even men don't want to be like back in the days where they have the mentality of, okay, the woman stays home, takes care of the family, takes care of the house. So I come home, I have a fresh meal, I have a clean bed. Now they expect a woman you go to work and you do all of that on top.
But isn't that what feminism was based off, like equality, where you want to
be, you want to
do what men. So now you've got what you wanted and you don't like it.
Is that okay? Is it in a different way? Like I understand. The woman, to me, feminism is. I don't agree with it 100%. I don't, because there's a lot of things in there that I'm like, I don't want to do that.
What don't you agree? What parts of feminism don't you agree about? Let us know.
Well, it depends. Just like, for example, women want to be able to reach out their career and be as valued as men when they speak up, that's fair enough. But
why do you want to have to be valued as you're a woman? No one's ever going to be a better woman than you.
No,
feminism.
She doesn't want that, innit? She's saying the part saying
it's like, to me, I know what are my standards and my principles as a woman. I don't need to have a very successful, highly career to be defined as a woman.
Okay,
that's it. Like, I don't need that.
What else? What else?
I also I say?
No, wait.
Oh,
I wanted to go through the parts of feminism. Go on.
I don't know. It's just it depends on what topics. I can't say specifically which ones.
And also, don't forget, feminism encompasses all women. There's so many different experiences that you have as a woman, be it from financial background, from your academic background to your race background, everything is going to be so different. So that's why feminism is rubbish.
Feminism, okay, so
in general, it was good at one point.
First wave feminism, I can get down with that. Women have the right to, I don't know, man, vote, you know, work. Like, just basically women
be
have,
involved.
Yeah, like,
Of course.
because I've got 3 sisters and ain't no one gonna lock my sisters down. Like, no. They should have rights. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? They shouldn't be
Goes without
hurt.
saying,
They should be
yeah.
protected, innit? Yeah, and that's what first wave feminism did. It protected them and it made people okay. But that's not what we have now.
No, it's gone too far.
What we have now. Toxic, you know, feminism.
It's toxic
whatever you
femininity.
wanna call
That's
it,
what I
right?
was
Yeah,
saying. I don't fully-
where men can't even approach a woman, okay,
Without
without being recorded and be made to feel as if like we're some type of creeps. See, this is why I keep telling men, like women, a lot of the things, men are not even approaching women nowadays, and women are complaining. But I'm telling men, don't approach no women, guys. Don't approach no women, especially listen at work. Oh my god. If you approach a woman at work, yeah, if she likes you, bro, it's all good, isn't it? But if she don't, she's gonna be HR straight away. So, but traditionally, men used to find a woman at work. You know, that's where people used to meet at work.
Makes sense.
Traditionally speaking, but now that's where you catch your case. That is where you ruin your career. So I never recommend men to be trying to date to other women at workplace because these are the problems and these are a lot of the things that feminism creates. So when we speak about feminism is a white woman's construct. Feminism does not benefit black women anyway. It does not. Okay, so when black women speak about feminism, I laugh because
you don't know what you're talking about.
Feminism was never made for you.
No.
But what they've had to do is they had to make you attach onto it in order for it to work. So, for example, let me use an example. It's you know, I use Meghan Markle. I don't even like Meghan Markle, but I'll still use it as an example so I can show you the difference.
Mm-hmm.
When Meghan Markle is being tore down, okay, which is regular. Where are all the feminist women?
Nowhere.
Where are
Nobody
they?
cares.
Where are they?
Nobody
Oh,
cares.
do you know why they don't care?
Go
Because
melanin.
feminism is a white woman's construct. Okay.
no.
Wait, hold on a second. When she is getting dragged down, where were
Her
the
image is being pointed out, everything. She was bullied.
The other day when, you know, I hope, you know, is it Kate? I hope she gets better, whatever's going through her, the cancer, I hope she's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. But the energy was different. So what I'm trying to make people understand, especially black women, is that when you join these feminist movements, they were never created for you. They were not. So you look stupid when you're trying to attach yourself to these movements because, in actual fact, feminism it breaks down the family home, the nuclear home, a lot of the things that have protected us historically. So that's why just one of the things I want to say. But
can I just jump on that quickly? And going on the race aspect of things as well, and he's speaking about the black modern woman. It's very true what you said. This is a warning that I think, you know, we need to give our communities. Don't follow the same examples that you see other people doing because the way that looks on you is not going to be the same way that it looks on someone else. And you're going to suffer because you're already, to an extent, you know, cancel me if you want, but I say the black woman is already inferior to a lot of different parties in society. And to then...
She's not, though.
Treated as so. I don't mean that she is in substance, but she is treated
equal.
as so. And well, I wish that was the case. I really do wish that was the case.
Being.
But
I'm not putting no black woman underneath anyone.
No, but you don't do that. But in society, in general, and this is.
Not inferior. It's the word you use. Not inferior. They see. I know what you're trying to say. It just okay. So I know what you're trying to say, but it's not inferior. Because you're not inferior.
I'm not, but
you know what I mean.
Less value.
Yeah, you're less important. Let's say, or you are more marginalized.
But then I think
you're marginalized.
Maybe marginalized.
Yes,
but
you're
I think
more
a lot,
marginalized.
it depends on who it is, you know. It depends because women, and I'm a woman speaking, we do not protect each other. We don't stand up for each other majority of the times. We'll say we do. We'll go on socials and we'll post about women empowerment and how we're all here, we're all sisters. But it depends. It depends.
So where do we go from now? What's the future looking like for modern? Where do we go?
Listen,
what's the future looking like?
I think that
2025, 2026. Where do we
I think
go?
it's going to be harder for women.
Okay, that's
it is. It's hard because women have got to do now 2 jobs: the man's job and the woman's job.
And there's the men's expectations from a woman nowadays.
Yeah, and
Well, okay, there's
the
a
man
lot.
expects more from a woman nowadays.
Like what?
but I don't know. I don't
lot.
think they do. I think they actually expect a lot less, but they just expect it to be more normal.
No. You know how back in the days, a man,
normal.
Be more normal.
you know how back in the days, a good woman would be a woman that can cook, that can clean, that knows how to educate their children, and that can love their men. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's a good woman.
Yes.
So why can't we get that no more?
Yeah.
What's happened?
You want to be independent. You want to work. You want to pay your way.
Right,
you don't need no man.
Because men complain about who pays first.
It just depends on what you're looking at. If you're going to look at a woman from the 20s, you're not going to get it. if you're going to look at a woman from the 80s, you're going to get it. It's facts, because they've grown up with different minds. Now the women, the mothers, not me, but mothers would tell to their daughters, get a job, be successful, get your car, be independent, don't depend on no men, don't expect this, don't expect that, and that's her mentality to grow up.
What would you say then? What's your message?
That's what I still do to my kids. Teach them how to cook, how to clean, how to be respectful, what to expect from a man, and no take no bullshit. Sorry, can I cut off?
It's just parenting in a way, isn't it? The way you raise.
So to me is like, women is going to get harder because men now, and this is tons of conversations I heard between family and friends being like, oh, what do you bring to the table? What is it that you do with your life? Oh, you want to come and be dependent on me? I am providing for you. I'm not going to be here paying for dinner. I won't pay for the drink. Or what are you doing? What are you going to bring me? And if I say I'm bringing love, care, respect, and family, and whatever you bring me, I can double it for you. And I know how to cook, I know how to clean, I know how to be educated. I'm a person where you can introduce you to your mom. They're gonna be like, that's not good enough.
But wouldn't you say that's a byproduct of feminism? Yeah. You want equality, so now we want equality. You want everything equal as me, so we got 50-50.
We don't want equality, like being able to.
So you
that's
only
what you fought for.
You only want the stuff.
She didn't fight for it. It was
the modern stuff that benefits you. You don't want the negative side to it. Basically.
We want equality in terms of being able to be heard. And I mean, speaking about the things that I like about in feminism, for example, not being, oh, that's a woman talking, so what she says is not valid.
Yeah.
That's nonsense, though.
But that's how it was before, though. Women would have to shut up.
In terms of accountability, though, yeah, because your life is what you make your life, because you choose to accept what you accept.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you therefore, if you're with someone and you're not allowed to speak and you're not heard, haven't you chose the wrong partner?
Yeah, of course. But I'm talking about in general feminism in society, how they look at women nowadays. That's what I'm talking.
Who looks at women?
People in general. How they'll point at you.
Why is external validation so important?
It's not about external validation. It's about that context creates your experience as well, because you don't just live your life based on what you want. The world that's around you, it does dictate a law and it does affect your law. And I would definitely say that nowadays, I think both men and women, although I'm not a religious person, I'm a spiritual person, I do think that we need to run back to whatever religion you want to run to, because the Bible, the Quran, whatever it is that you use, it's like a manual and it kind of guides you through life. Because I was having a conversation with a bishop recently and I asked him about the role of a modern woman, the role of the modern man, all these things, what does it look like? And actually what he explained to me was stuff that made me feel happy. I was like, damn right. And it made men feel happy. There's a balance.
I'll be honest with you. When I listen to when I listen to all of this stuff, it just reminds me why it all started because Eve ate the apple, right?
I swear the story comes before that. I've heard of Lilith.
I think
why did he choose Eve?
Yeah,
social media society has broke a lot of morals and respect and expectations. Men expect and women expect things that it's just not. It's not. You can't have it.
Look, all I'm gonna say. Listen, times are changing, and you just gotta be ready for the change. And if you're a woman, you just gotta understand that men are waking up just like women be waking up. But the difference is, when everybody's woke,
when the legs close, the man then will be crying. And on that note, we will say that the future is not looking very bright if people don't do the right things. Okay? Yes. Adios, my people.
Thank you.
Good.
I hope this episode has got you thinking about exploring life differently.
Be sure to come back next time,
where we're going to discuss more pressing topics in our society today. Are you ready to come back and get schooled again?
Whoa.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Bye.